welcome to the Heart of Bastrop talk show. This is our third episode. We're really exciting. It's a special Valentine's episode. So, my name is TJ Johnson.
And I'm Connie Schrader. I'm the mayor of Bastrop. And joining our third episode, we have 3 guests today. It's our special Valentine's weekend show that you talked about. Some people love the romance and the romantic part of Valentine's, and some people love horror shows. And we've got everything covered here in Bastrop. Our first guest is going to be Lisa Rose, and she's going to tell us all about the cult classic going on this weekend. Tell us about our other guest.
So, we have Jean Lang with Jean Lang Catering, and she's going to show you how to put together the perfect picnic basket if you're going to do a romantic picnic for the weekend. And our second guest is Aya Leuders with Bastrop Florist. You know, Bastrop Florist has been around for a really, really long time, and she is going to show you some flowers and tell you what the meaning of those flowers are.
So we've got you covered for Valentine's. It's going to be a great show.
Absolutely.
Our first guest is Lisa Rose. She's going to talk to us about the cult classic. But Lisa, first tell us a little bit about the store that you have out on 304.
I'm Lisa Rose, and we own the gas station. We serve barbecue. It was originally featured in the film Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, 1974. And we serve chili like the movie, so everything is pretty much like the movie. We serve Birdall's pecan pie. We have pumpkin bars that the Mennonite ladies make down the street. It's all fresh every week.
Wow.
And we sell a lot of horror figures, so it looks like Spencer's at Halloween time. When you walk in and not knowing the place, you're like, whoa, what is going on here? And people look around, they're like, where's the menu? Do we eat here?
Right.
So, and then we also have cabins where people can spend the night, and we have a movie screen out back. We show movies periodically in the summertime. So
What days are you open?
we are open Tuesday through Sunday. We are closed on Mondays.
So that's available in the heart of Bastrop anytime. But you've got something special going on this weekend. Talk to us about that.
Yes, we do. We have the Cult Classic Convention. This is our 3rd year. We have over 26 actors and 42 vendors, and we'll also be doing the barbecue there, so you can get your barbecue there if you haven't been to the gas station yet. And I think this is going to be the best year because we have a lot of local people coming in. We've already booked a lot of hotels, so I would say come.
You told me there's going to be some bands on Saturday?
Yes, on Saturday we'll have 5 bands. We have Rebel Flesh, Ghoul Town, Texas Microphone Massacre. So it all goes with the theme of the convention.
And so you guys are sponsored also by Visit Bastrop. They're one of your sponsors this year.
We are. We definitely are. So it was a great partnership with them.
Give us the details about the classic. When does it start, and how long does it run, and what does it cost to go?
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday is 5 to 9. Saturday is 11 to 8:30, and Sunday 11 to 5. If you get a weekend pass, it's $35. Or Friday and Saturday is $20, and Sunday is $15. But you can also get a VIP pass, so you can go party with the stars after the convention on Saturday at the Hampton Suites.
Right.
So we're going to have an after party, and you can. It's more personal. You get to sit one-on-one, drink some beer, have some pizza, and just chat.
And I tell you, a lot of people know this. I'm also the general manager at the Hampton Inn. We are full that weekend. Amazing how many people come out to enjoy this from out of town. So that makes a big economic impact on Bastrop during that time.
We'll also be showing indie movies Friday, Saturday,
Yes.
and Sunday at the Hamptons. So if you don't have money to get a ticket, you can just go check out some indie movies, and we'll have actors from them indie movies talking about the movies.
So it's free to go to, you just go to the Hampton and anybody
the
can watch
Hamptons
those.
is free. You can just go there and check it out if you don't have money to go to the convention.
How many people did you have last year about? Do you
Around
remember?
1,000.
Wow.
So I expect it to be more. We have a lot of feedback from regulars that have come in. We have a lot of people flying in from Canada, different states. So it's going
Right.
to be fun.
So for the locals, they may see some scary people walking around.
Definitely, because we have our costume contest on Saturday, so definitely people will be dressed up for that.
Tell me about the costume contest. Are there categories, or how does
We
that
have
work?
the scariest and I think the most original, so there'll be two
Wow.
different categories for the costume contest.
What do they win?
A trophy.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's exciting. And so is that, do they have to sign up ahead of time for that? How does that
No,
would
they
that
just
work?
show up in their costume, and we do the costume contest at 2:00.
Oh, fun.
So, and it's pretty much everybody in the audience gets to vote, and they all clap and scream and shout. So
Oh, that's a lot of fun. Yeah, you have a lot of vendors. So
we have 42 vendors,
Wow.
and they're all different this year. It's not all just artists. It's a lot of different merchandise artists. We have a henna tattoo lady, and then we also have Horror Web. They set up like a photo booth, and it's like really big, and they dress up as Krampus, and the one lady dresses like a devil, and I think they don't charge to take pictures with them either. So
wow,
it's a lot of fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So it's not just adults either. It's family friendly
lot of
fun.
kids
Like a lot of
come.
kids enjoy
It-
that.
It's crazy how many kids know about horror movies. They know actually
yeah.
more than I do. So it's funny just listening to them talk about the characters and the different things that they've seen in the movies. Someone was just in our shop and bought a Bigfoot movie. He was 8 years old. He was so excited. And I'm like, you know about Bigfoot? So
Yeah.
it was cool. And on Friday night, we're also going to be showing Circus of the Dead at the gas station, and we'll have the actors from there to hang out with you and watch the movie.
Give us the address of the gas station again, so
The
everybody knows how
gas
to find
station
you.
is 1073 State Highway 304. It's right before Watterson. It's the old Hills Prairie Grocery.
A lot of history, a lot
Definitely
of Bastrop
a lot of
history at that
history.
store. So that's great. So really, for Valentine's weekend now, if you get a pass, is it come and go? So they
Come
can,
and go.
That's
They
great.
get a
So you
wristband
can do
and
all
they
kinds
can
of
come and
things.
go. It's meant for them to come and go, because the convention center is small, so that's why we did set up different stuff throughout Bastrop. And there's a lot of movies that were filmed in Bastrop. Friday the 13th, which is downtown Bastrop. So, and then Chainsaw Part 2 was filmed on the bridge. So a lot of people walk through Bastrop and go to the different movie sites and stuff. And there was also another movie filmed at Lake Bastrop. So it has a lot of horror movie history.
Wow, that's amazing. And I know that it's a big draw all year long, because I went and ate at the gas station, and there were people there from New York who had came down to Bastrop just to go see the gas station.
Yes.
So they were really excited about being there, and I just kind of sat back and was overhearing what they were talking about, and they'd stayed in the cabins. And after I listened to them talk a little bit, I asked them, well, how did you enjoy the stay? Weren't you
They love
scared
it.
to
They
stay?
love it. They
And
love
they
it.
loved every minute of it.
They
So
do.
that's something really special to have in our community. We have such unique things here. So that I love that.
And
Yeah.
Lisa, people who aren't familiar with where the store is, how long did it take you to get here today from the store?
About 7 minutes.
So there's not a reason to not go out on 304. It's an easy drive from downtown, and I'm sure some of the folks that come for Cult Classic will be going back and forth because they'll want to check out this gas station, I'm sure.
Definitely. And a lot of them will be spending the night there too. So it's kind of cool. It's
Yeah, I'm
fun.
sure you book out first before the Hampton.
Yes, we've been booked out. There's certain people I have to text and say, okay, we're about to announce it. Book your hotel now before it sells out. So
Right,
it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of regulars. It's a really good community.
So tell us a little bit about, some of the guests. I mean, I know you said some, but we have a list
Well,
of guests.
we have the whole cast of Circus of the Dead. Everybody. There's like
Wow.
8 of them are coming. So that's going to be fun. The producer's also going to be here. Bill Allen from the BMX movie Rad will be there.
Right.
So that's not horror, but that's like cult
It's definitely cult classic, yeah.
So Tom Fridley and Tom McLaughlin from Friday the 13th are there. Michael Berryman, he's from The Hills Have Eyes, and he was also featured in one of the Motley Crue videos from the 80s, Smoking in the Boys' Room.
Nice. We all know that one.
It's a little different, but yeah. And then we have Mark Torgel. He's from Toxic Avenger, so that's not horror related, but it's still a classic. And then we have Linnea Quigley and Amelia Kincaid from Night of the Demons. Bring Stevens, Michael Viella, and Deborah DeLiso from Slumber Party Massacre. We have Alan Danziger, Tyler Shea-Cohn, Joe Stevens, Bob Elmore, Oscar Carls, and Jody Hasselbarth. They're all from different various Chainsaw movies, part 1, 2, 3, all the different ones. So it's going to be good. And we have Paul Taylor from Hellraiser. He was Pinhead, the second Pinhead. So
I remember that one for sure.
It's a variety.
That's great. I know a lot of people have talked about how excited they are that all these different actors are coming into town. I know one of the girls at my hotel, when she found out about Cult Classic and who was coming, she was through the roof.
It's awesome.
Through the roof. So,
and they're all really nice. You know, they're really good people and they're fun to chat with, and they have so many great stories. It's fun. It's a good time.
Well, we're so appreciative of you bringing this to Bastrop. And, you know, in the heart of Bastrop, there's all kinds of things from Cult Classic to picnic baskets and flowers. So we're covering it all in this episode. Lisa, best of luck this weekend.
Thank
We
you.
want you to
Thanks
have the
for having
greatest
me.
success. So glad that you joined us today.
absolutely. Thank you for being our guest.
Sarie WIngenfeld, field reporting for the Heart of Bastrop talk show. We're here today at the gas station where they filmed the infamous 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So they do cult classics here, they have barbecue, and let's go ahead and take a look around. And people come from all over the country to see this place, and you're getting an exclusive tour with us here today. Wow, there are so many trinkets from not only the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but literally every single horror movie that I can think of. Any kind of cult classic makes sense. This is sort of like a horror hub for any kind of character figurine memorabilia that you could possibly want. It's here. Wow. I love all the old pictures. The original Dracula. Creepy Annabelle. My goodness. They've got it all. Oh my gosh. This is why I do not like Raggedy Ann. You see why she's in this? Because they're the original haunted dolls. Fun fact. No! Get it away from me. Oh my gosh. Fun Halloween masks. Movies, pins, cards. Wow.
Oh yeah, I've got lots of different kinds of stuff.
Are those refrigerator magnets? Wow. Little lunch pills.
All your collector needs.
Yes.
Always
And you have people come from all over the country to
all over the world.
all over the world.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
That's so neat. Well, I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was one of those movies that really shook people to the bone, right?
It's one of the first of the kind.
Right.
Aggressive.
And then, of course, they redid it,
Yeah.
and that kind of regenerated a whole new generation of people to just, yeah,
That kind of movie.
exactly.
Families.
And so you have, tell me a little bit more about Cult Classic. I've never been to one, so I'm curious about it.
We have a bunch of actors, directors, stuntmen. We'll have live music and barbecue, different art vendors, toy shops. It's gonna be a good time. We'll have seminars, costume contests. We'll have
And it's right here, like in a
Bastrop.
field.
No. We'll have it at the convention center in Bastrop.
Oh,
3
okay.
days, Valentine's Day weekend.
Right.
Fun, good times.
Right, which of course is why we're featuring the gas station for our Valentine special, is because this is one of the main events that happens.
I'm so excited myself.
Yeah. Yay!
Wait, yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I'll definitely have to check it out.
ages, bring them all out.
Very cool. We've all heard about how great this barbecue is, and I'm about to try it for the very first time, so we shall see. I'm actually pretty excited. It's perfect. It's sweet and tangy with a little bit of kick. It is the perfect Texas style barbecue. This is really where it's at. When you're looking for good brisket here in Texas. And you have like a little hotel back here so people can stay.
Yes, you can stay the night. Camping situation. It's dark out here. If you have a group of people, play a movie overnight. Fits 4 people each. We got a little shower house, pavilion with picnic tables to hang out on.
Very cool.
Fires.
And you said that you were going to give me the keys so I can take a look around and show our viewers. Very cool.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you. Let's go check out the rooms. Oh, it smells good. So this is where the magical barbecue comes from, huh? Oh, it's wood smoked, huh? Can taste it. How great is this? A nice little covered picnic area for rainy days, sunny days, any of the above. And so this over here, that must be where she was telling us that they do movies on the lawn. So that's a nice little projector. People can sit at the picnic benches and eat their dinner or lay a blanket out there on the lawn and watch a great cult classic. All right, let's keep it moving forward to the main event. So if you want to come into Texas and you're traveling from out of town, come to Bastrop, come to the gas station, and you can rent one of these cabins that we're about to go check out and stay for a couple nights. So how cute are these little, they're like tiny cabins, like the little new trend, the tiny homes and everything. So I guess you can come out here and stay in one of these tiny little cabins, and they're separated from one another. So you kind of have a feeling of having your own space and secluded as opposed to staying right on top of one another. So I am very curious to see what the inside looks like. How fun is this? I love the bold color selection. It really does give you kind of that, it's really cute and welcoming and come in, but it's also kind of like got that creepy feeling and that vibe with all of this red and black everywhere. It's almost, you know, they're definitely trying to give you a little bit of a morbid feeling for the cult classic, of course. And I mean, I gotta say, it's really cute and cozy, and at the same time, how creepy would it be to stay in the cabin where the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was filmed? You know, there's got to be a lot of energy and all of that to staying here with everyone who comes here. Really is a horror fan, and I'm sure that that's got to call some creepy things. Do y'all recognize this? So this is actually the van that the teenagers were driving when they stopped here at the gas station to ask for directions or pump up or check out the little store or whatever it was they were gonna do before they got hacked up. So they say that technically this is supposed to be camping, but I wouldn't call this experience camping. It's definitely glamping for sure, with your own individual tiny little cabin. And then behind me there is a shower room that you can just take a full-on enclosed, nice, sophisticated shower. And I mean, I tell you what, with this picnic area, the movies on the lawn, between that and the barbecue, I would certainly stay here. Speaking of barbecue, if I did stay, do you think they serve barbecue for breakfast?
So our next guest is Aya Leuders. I want to make sure I'm saying the name correct. Yes. So Aya is with Bastrop Florist. And so I understand that last year, Bastrop Florist had its 50th anniversary here.
We did. Mr. Henry Mauser started Bastrop Florist in 1969.
Wow.
My family bought the shop in 2000. We're only the third owners of the shop in the 50-year history. So I personally have just a few months shy of 20 years at the flower shop.
That's wonderful. And so can you tell everybody where the flower shop is located?
Absolutely. We're at 806 Chestnut Street, right next to the fire station. We're a block off Main Street. You can also, if you're not able to come by, or you can call us at 512-321-2424, or you can go to our website, therealbastropflorist.com.
Perfect. And so you bought some absolutely beautiful flowers, and I understand that you're going to tell us the meaning of these flowers so that we don't accidentally buy the wrong flowers, sending the wrong message.
Exactly. And let me put in a little plug for some blogs that we do. You can go back. We did a couple of pretty extensive ones the last few weeks on how secret messages were sent back in like the medieval times by certain flower bouquets.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, so
Were
be
they
sure.
nice messages?
Yes, I hope they were nice messages. So do go and check us out on YouTube, and go check us out on social media, Bastrop Florist, Instagram, The Real Bastrop Florist, and you can find the links and go in and read it. It's fascinating. I really didn't realize until someone said, isn't there like a language of flowers? So
Oh, interesting.
we started to research, and my daughter and I just, kind of got into it. So this arrangement, and guys, this is typically what we call a mixed spring arrangement. When you call the shop and need to order your flowers for Valentine's, and we tell you or ask you, would you like a mixed spring arrangement with a Valentine theme, we will have coordinating hearts in here. We can do different vases. So this is what we mean. I know a lot of people are very visual, so that's why I wanted to bring this instead of a
That's
classic
great.
dozen rose
Beautiful.
arrangement. So first, we've got hydrangea. We will have 4 to 5 different colors of hydrangea in for Valentine's Day. And the hydrangea is a symbol of gratitude. So if you're doing something, and you want to say thank you to your wife, thank you to your sweetheart, along with classic red, pink, purple, we can put white hydrangea in for you, and you can really score points if you go home and you know the meaning of these flowers.
And that's for free, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they'll last a long time, won't they?
Yes, they do. And of course, everyone goes, well, my grandmother had those in their garden. Yes, absolutely. And a lot of people still grow them around here.
And they're very fragrant. Right?
No,
The
no,
hydrangeas are fragrant, no?
hydrangea are not fragrant, unfortunately.
They're so beautiful, you would think they smelled
are.
amazing.
They are. Next here, we've got lilies. And the lilies, I'm looking here. Lilies are a sign of humility and devotion. We will have colored lilies like the yellow ones. We'll have some peach and other colors, and your classic stargazers, your white orientals. That is what's fragrant.
Oh,
That
those
will,
lilies,
yes, that will make the whole room smell good. So the calla lilies, these are many callas here. These and daisies are actually, they symbolize innocence.
Oh, I need a big bouquet of those.
Me too.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
take one of those.
Carnations are sometimes frowned upon. They are an old flower. Some people associate
But
them.
they smell so good.
They do, and they last a long time. So these,
You said more associated with the funeral flower, I would think.
yes,
right? Yeah,
that's what a
yeah.
lot of people think. But older, like grandmas, they like them. They like them
Right.
because they last, and they're reminiscent of back when we didn't have the varieties of cut flowers that we do today.
Do they have a special meaning, the carnations?
The carnations have a meaning of hope and faith.
Oh.
Yeah. And last but not least, the rose. And of course, we will have your classic long stem red roses. We will do them from single on up to however many dozen you'd like, gentlemen. And the roses actually have different meanings by different colors. Yellow roses mean friendship, and of course that's the state flower of Texas. Of course, the red rose means love and passion. White roses are for innocence and purity. Pink roses, let's see, are for gratitude and admiration, and orange are for enthusiasm.
Wow, I never knew that one for sure.
Yeah, so anyway, that's more for your flower language.
Now we know.
Absolutely.
So that's good information for us, whether it's Valentine's or any times, because I know we can always get fantastic arrangements at your flower shop.
Yes, you can. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being our guest. We really do appreciate it. And again, this is absolutely lovely.
Thank you, and thank y'all for inviting me.
Absolutely.
Glad to have you. Our next guest is a very dear friend of mine, Jean Lang, with Jean Lang Catering, and you also have Casseroles to go. I know you're going to talk to us about the perfect Valentine picnic basket, but tell us a little bit about your business first.
I lost a corporate job through no fault of my own and wanted to do something that I liked. And I love cooking. I love to cook as long as I have someone to eat. So, and that's not usually a problem. So I started Casseroles to Go. I have a Facebook page, so you can follow me on Facebook. It's Casseroles to Go by Jean. So follow me there, and I have a list of all my casseroles and sides. I don't just do casseroles. You can buy a whole meal. So for, let's say, $45, if I deliver it to you, $45, you could get a casserole, 2 sides to go with it, and a dozen homemade rolls.
Now, I'll tell you what, you can't even get fast food for that price
Nope.
anymore. That's amazing.
And
to
it
have something
feeds
home.
8 to 10 people.
Wow.
So
And my rule is if I put it in the oven, I cooked it. So you can even take
That's
that's
right.
right. One of my best friends owns a catering company, and people ask her all the time because, we'll buy something maybe at Sam's, like muffins that we didn't make. And people say, did you make that? And she goes, I made it happen. So that's a trick of the trade. I made it happen. So follow me on Facebook to go, Casseroles to Go on Facebook.
There you go.
And then my phone number is 512-718-1049. And my email address is jeanlang59@yahoo.com. So those are and I do accept text. People say, you're old, do you text? Yes, I text. So, and I accept text. So,
And you were saying that I understand you even do delivery for a
I
reasonable.
do $5. So let's say you order 20 casseroles from me and I bring them all to your house. It's only one $5 delivery charge, which is reasonable.
Yes,
Sure.
So,
absolutely.
and a lot of
Cheaper
people
than
will.
Grubhub, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it's good food and it's homemade
Absolutely.
food. But I make that happen, but it's homemade food.
That's right.
So, so I do catering for large groups or small groups, as small as 5 people and as large as 5,000. So, there's a large spectrum there.
Wonderful.
So,
I bet there's a lot of our audience out there that's eating your food and they may not have known you were catering.
maybe not. Maybe not. I cater a lot at the Opera House, and that's one of your stops. I think that you're going to do is
Yes.
the Opera House. So, Valentine's Day,
All right.
14th and 15th.
So what'd you bring us today?
I brought a large picnic basket. So I do gourmet baskets. This one mostly has just candy and wine.
What else do you need?
Let's
on that?
face it. I know,
Sold.
right? Let's
Sold.
face it, gentlemen, your lady, and I don't drink wine myself. I don't drink alcohol, but you could do sparkling grape juice or something if
Absolutely.
you don't, do wine or champagne. So I've got a bottle of wine here. Whoop, I'm gonna knock it off. Bottle of wine. I have a champagne glass and and you would get these with your basket if you got a basket from me. You don't have to buy a basket from me. Get creative and make your own. Get you a basket at H-E-B or Walmart or Goodwill, wherever you want to get. But it's very easy to do. This one is filled with chocolate. You can do gourmet chocolate. There are different places, H-E-B or Walmart, have gourmet chocolate selections. Or you can buy gourmet chocolate from me. I make homemade fudge and
Oh, nice.
homemade turtles and millionaires. So,
Love it.
but and I'll also we'll do cheese and fresh fruit and chocolate covered strawberries. You can buy those at H-E-B or Walmart as well. So you don't have to spend money to have somebody make it for you. Stick you some tissue paper down the bottom, let a little bit of the tissue paper stick up, and just put your stuff in the basket. This is a really big basket. You can do a small one. Let me tell you, fellas, anything that you do yourself and for your woman, she's going to appreciate.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be
Absolutely.
expensive. It's the old adage, it's the thought that counts, and it does.
Absolutely.
So if someone, my husband might be watching, would like to get a basket together, when do they need to contact you, and how do they contact you about getting a basket? It's the same way through
Same way
Casseroles?
as Casseroles to go, or because I check that daily and it alerts me every time I have a message. So they could do the Casseroles to go or my email or either a text or a call.
Okay.
And I would really, because Valentine's Day is a busy part of the year for me, I would like to have an order by Wednesday at the latest.
Okay.
So I could do by noon on Thursday, but that's kind of pushing it. Because Valentine's Day is Friday, guys.
That's right.
So
Right,
don't forget
right.
that. So
Sneaks up on us.
It
So
does.
so just to recheck the perfect kind of checklist is that you have your wine, your cheese, your fruit, your chocolates, and then what kind of in your picnic basket would you add any kind of like meat or anything of
you
that
could
nature?
do a dry sausage or a summer sausage or a gourmet meat like that. But my preference would be, if I was a woman, I would use this as dessert. Let's say you do the wine before, and and then I would order a casserole from Casseroles to go.
There you go.
And feed them. See, you could include plates, forks, napkins, everything you need. You could heat the casserole. If your woman didn't have to cook, you'd be in the
There you go.
we'd
Winner,
be in
winner,
the
chicken
there you
dinner,
go.
right?
There you
And
go.
we all
There
know
you
the
go.
saying, when mama's happy,
Everybody's happy.
happy.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
For
thank you
sure.
so much for coming on
Absolutely.
and
It
giving
was
us
my
some
pleasure.
information about that. I think, again, I'm kind of like the mayor over here. I'm hoping my better half is listening about a picnic basket because how romantic.
There you go.
Thank you for being our
Thank
guest.
you so much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you, Connie.
Well, it's here, the moment you guys have been waiting for, our top 10 list of the best things to do in Bastrop County for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to start with number 10. So a jacuzzi suite at the Hampton Inn and Suites. So the Hampton Inn here in Bastrop has an indoor pool, which is great. In February, it's really too cold to swim anywhere else, but so you can do a romantic weekend at the hotel. You've got the jacuzzi suite, you've got the indoor pool and hot tub. So we think, that makes the list as a fun thing to do for Valentine's Day. So Connie, tell us number 9.
Number 9 is dinner at a downtown restaurant. And thankfully here in Bastrop, there's a lot of restaurants to choose from. You can do Piney Creek Chop House, Maxine's, Gracie's, Anita's, 602 Brewing Company. Find yourself a great place. Pick a place that your sweetheart would like to eat and get your reservations in.
Absolutely. So number 8, we have Cult Classic. We had Lisa Rose earlier on the show. So Cult Classics running all of Valentine's weekend. So if you're looking for something a little bit different for Valentine's, and it's family friendly, so you can take the kids out. Kids love horror films. I mean, I did when I was a kid. So you can take the family out, meet all these actors, get some, autographs done, and we think that's a great, thing to do for Valentine's. So great.
Number 7, speaking of films, go to Film Alley. You can even have dinner and a movie, and if you want to hang out some more, we know that they have bowling and other things to do. Another family activity. Find a good movie and enjoy Film Alley. We had Steph Lewis with us, and we know what a great time they're having out there, and it'll be fun.
Absolutely. So number 6, we think it's a great idea to stay at a romantic bed and breakfast, and there are plenty around Bastrop County to choose from. I know here, just about a block and a half from downtown, there's Pecan Street Inn. That's one example. But there are a lot of, great bed and breakfasts to stay at. I know Pecan Street Inn is an old, turn of the century Victorian home. So that's something you haven't seen. You definitely want to do that with that nice big wraparound porch.
Absolutely. And Sean and her husband Bill do a great job.
They do. They're amazing people. So find a romantic bed and breakfast in Bastrop. That's number 6.
Number 5. Jean Lang just taught us how to pack the perfect picnic basket. So get that picnic basket and go enjoy one of our local parks. We've got Busher State Park, Bastrop State Park. We've got Fisherman's, Bob Bryant Park over in Riverside Grove. There's plenty of places you can go. And thankfully in Texas, sometimes we'll have fantastic weather for Valentine's. So you can accommodate that to your schedule, whether it's during the day or in the evening.
Absolutely. So you can either pack your own picnic basket, or you just
order one from
call
Jean.
Jean and she'll hook you up. For the more adventurous person or the more adventurous couple, how about tandem zip lining at Zip Lost Pines? So where you can actually hold hands, and that you don't see that at too many zip lines, where two people can go at once. You can hold hands and do a little tandem zip lining. I know they're located at 1760 State Highway 71, just outside of Bastrop, and there is, I believe it's Cedar Creek. So that would be fun and adventurous thing to do for Valentine's Day.
Number 3, we don't want to forget about our little sweethearts. So out at Community Gardens on Valentine's Day from 11 to 6, they are inviting kids from ages 2 to 12 to go out and do some Valentine crafts. So you can spend some time with the kids during the day before you do something romantic at night.
That's wonderful. So for our number 2 slot, we have the 9E Ranch over in Smithville. They're at 2158 Highway 3. So they have beautiful romantic cabins that you can rent. It's a very peaceful, very secluded. They have some interesting things. They have Texas Longhorns out there. Plenty of room for, to roam and even maybe bring you a picnic basket and have a picnic there at 9E Ranch. But they also have forest bathing and stargazing, and I'm gonna let you guys do your own research about that forest bathing. Right.
And last but not least, number 1 thing to do is the Valentine Cabaret Dinner Show that'll be at the Bastrop Opera House. And it's 2 nights. It's both
Right.
Friday and Saturday night. So if Valentine's just ends up too busy for you on Friday night, you can make a reservation for Saturday night. Jean Lang will be catering the event, so you know it's going to be fantastic food. You get dinner and a show. It's $40 a person. Visit the Bastrop Opera House website and get your tickets ordered.
Absolutely. So that's it, guys. That's our top 10 things to do. There are a couple events that I wanted to mention. So on the 11th, it's that Tipsy Tuesday Bunko again at the Bastrop Beer Company. And on the 13th, the Bastrop Beer Company has their trivia night. And I know a lot of people love the trivia. On the 15th, our 1832 Farmers Market again. And on the 16th, the Lost Pines Farmers Market. So if you didn't have a chance last week to go out and take a look at those, you can, go this week. And then, so next week on our show, we have 2 guests. We talked about, remember, Earth Native School. We talked about that on episode 1. There were, some interesting things. Well, Dave Scott with Earth Native School, he's going to be here to tell us, more about what they do. And then, so Visit Bastrop's our second guest. That's the Cherry K. Abel, the new person that's taken over their sales for groups and things there at Visit Bastrop. So it should be an exciting episode, Mayor.
So the Heart of Bastrop, this was definitely a heart show. It was so great to have a special Valentine's show. Looking forward to our next show. But thank you for a great time again, TJ.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week.